As you might be aware that Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts is a premier institution in the field of art and culture, and we are doing the preservation and digitization of art forms in general, and in a wider sense, trying to preserve India's cultural identity. Uh, and when we talk of India's cultural identity, the first and foremost thing about India's identity and definition as a country primarily becomes a cultural identity or a cultural country. Because throughout the globe, people know India for its culture, variety of things, variety of art forms, variety of cuisine, variety of textiles, languages, dialects, so many things. That is the strength of India, that is Bharat. I think Professor Gaur has given you a book on soft power strength of India, that is connecting through culture, and the idea emerged when we looked across and realized that now since 1990, perhaps the world is talking about the term soft power. Ever since Joseph Nye coined this term, people have started talking about soft power. But for us in India, it's not the soft power. It is the strong power, so to say, because for us, culture is not an external entity for us. Culture is what we breathe, what we live, what we sense, what we realize throughout our life. So like a person for his or her livelihood breathes, that is how we consume culture in our country. So it's not an external element. It's part and parcel of our day-to-day existence. So that is the case where we feel that ever since we realized that we were not very particular, not very conscious on properly documenting things. Because for us, art forms were not merely meant for entertaining others. They were not element which was meant to be only shown to others, but it was something which was also to internalize and to relate yourself with the divine entity. So, in other ways, any expression of art in our culture has been always related to some kind of divine intervention or divine entity which exists. You may call it God, you may not call it God, you may call it any entity, but we all feel that there is something which is a divine force, which makes you moving, it makes you living, which makes you a human being, for instance. So that kind of consumption of art, that kind of realization of art has been the basic ethos of our expression. I'll give you a very small example. You go to any part of India, you will find ladies putting beautiful piece of artwork in front of their house. May it be Rangoli or Alpana or anything. They are done in different materials. Rangoli is done in different materials. Some people do it in chalk, some people do it in rice powder, but they do it daily. And when you see it, you realize that this is a very beautiful piece of art, and we must preserve it. Next day when you go, the lady wipes off everything which she created yesterday, and she does another thing, which may be even beautiful, more beautiful than what she did yesterday. Why it happens? Because for her, it is not creation of an artwork. It is her relation to the divine source of energy, divine force. That is how she wants to connect herself with the divine force. Or you go to a temple and somebody is singing a beautiful bhajan rendition of bhajan, and you think this is a composition which is a unique composition, and you must try to sort of document. No, the person is not bothered. He is only trying to connect to that divine power, divine source. That is how basically culture is consumed in this country. So when we talk of the basic ethos related to culture in this land of Bharat, we must understand what is the basic aim of creating an artwork. Most of you are language teachers.